Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing SB-1 returning resident visas and whether or not one should reapply for a CR-1 or IR-1, that's an immigrant spouse visa. And we're talking about this purely in the context of spousal visas for the purposes of this video. Question posed is, which one do you need? When do you need an SB-1 returning resident visa? Well, if you've been abroad for a prolonged period of time outside the United States, especially where your green card has expired for whatever reason, and you're trying to get back into the United States, an SB-1 returning resident visa may be the only option. But I also notice that a lot of people overlook the SB-1 and start looking at having to reapply for an immigrant spouse visa, get a new green card entirely. Again, this is going to be driven by the facts in a given case. So take this video for what it is. It's kind of a general discussion. In many cases, it may not be necessary to reapply for an immigrant spouse visa. Again, depending on the circumstances, it might be required, but I think there's more instances rather than not where an SB-1 may be the solution, may be the remedy to the issue at hand. So the thing to understand is there is another option if your green card has expired while you're abroad, other than having to reapply, go back through the entire process. There may be a way to do that via an SB-1 returning resident visa. There may be other options. So those who are in this sort of dilemma, it may not be a terrible idea to contact a legal professional, gain some insight and guidance into how best to proceed. Hi, my name is Benjamin Hart. You may be aware if you watch these videos on a regular basis, but I'm kind of talking just generally about U.S. immigration here. There are a number of options available for visa options, especially for loved ones of American citizens and lawful permanent residents. It should also be noted that unfortunately there is a lot of, how do we put it, less than optimum information out on the internet. Like, it may be useful in one set of circumstances, but you may not be in those circumstances. It's not a bad idea to contact a legal professional and get an idea of various visa options, because I've noticed one of the biggest problems people make, especially with loved ones, is they make a lot of presumptions about how the immigration system works. For example, they may get married, which may or may not have benefited them in terms of their immigration status. It may have been better to wait, but now you're married and you're kind of locked into having to deal with certain options. It's not a terrible idea, just in a general sense, to contact a legal professional who's used to dealing with U.S. immigration in order to get a lay of the land, if you will, of all of one's options with regard to immigration to the United States.